Tony, thank you. For the first time in nearly 50 years, the independent man is standing on Rhode Island ground. The statue was brought down early this morning by a giant crane. Right now, crews are still working to bring down some of the cracked marble foundation. Now, you saw it all live on 12 News this morning and new at 5. Even one of the most high-profile Rhode Islanders showed up to witness it all. 12 News reporter Alex Torres-Perez has the story. Alex?
There was a lot of excitement in the air this morning as dozens gathered outside of the State House to watch the 11-foot independent man statue come down.
It's the independent man.
A lot of buzz in the community as the iconic independent man statue is lifted off the dome of the state capitol for the second time in state history.
I've always looked up at it and never knew, what it looked like. So I figured it's a good thing to come and see. I just thought that it would be a lifetime treat.
A big enough moment where one man decided to miss out on a Kiss concert.
And the last time in my lifetime, and I thought we should wake up and take a look at it.
For a few among the crowd, it was the second time they got to witness history.
I was 12 then, 60 now.
Yet the significance of the monument touching Rhode Island ground remains the same.
It represents the spirit of the state, the independence. Like Roger Williams was an independent guy, represents us.
And now it's also an opportunity for us to reflect on the past, but also look forward in the future. And I think that that's what the independent man's all about.
The independent man statue had to be brought down for repairs and renovations after a crack was found in its foundation.
We've got to say thank you to the crew that has made all this happen.
It could take months before the statue is returned to its rightful spot atop the state capitol. Another historic moment some bystanders say they don't plan on missing.
I'll be here if the Lord is willing. I'll be here, yeah.
And you can actually get a close-up look of the independent man statue. It's set up at the main entrance of the State House. There will be an unveiling ceremony tomorrow morning at 9:30. Reporting in Providence, Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.
All right, Alex, thank you. Well, what's next for the independent man? As Alex just mentioned, tomorrow morning, Governor Dan McKee will formally unveil the statue on display inside the State House. Meanwhile, crews will spend the next few days removing the damaged marble that makes up the statue's base. Once that's all done, they'll put a temporary steel plate over the dome. Right now on WPRI.com, you can watch video from this morning's removal and see an interview with Governor McKee.
For the first time in decades, you won't need to go high up to get a closer look at Rhode Island's independent man statue.
That's right. After months of prep and a delay or two, this morning, crews carefully removed the statue from atop the State House dome.
You saw it happen live on 12 News this morning. And tonight, 12 News reporter Alex Torres-Perez has a recap and reaction from people who were there. Alex?
For only the second time in history, the independent man statue is touching Rhode Island ground. But for some, today has really become a full circle moment.
Almost uncanny that you would be able to do this twice in a lifetime.
Lieutenant General Reginald Centracchio actually helped bring down the independent man statue nearly 50 years ago. A day bystander John McHugh says he will never forget.
My dad took us out, myself and my sisters, and it was done with a helicopter, a huge helicopter.
So when McHugh heard the statue will be brought back down again, he figured he might as well watch history repeat itself.
I was 12 then, 60 now.
The statue will undergo renovations and repairs after state officials found a crack on its foundation. It stood on top of the State House since the 1900s, overlooking the city of Providence and becoming a symbol for all to look up to.
In our history as far as in Rhode Island, we've always gone our own way, so when you look up there, you see the independent man, we kind of like stand alone sometimes on issues, sometimes we lead, and stuff like that. So I think we can be proud of it.
Because it represents who we are and what we are.
Which is why members of the community can't wait to see it up close inside the state capitol.
For me just to see it and be a part of it, you could tell your grandkids about that,
The governor's office says renovations and repairs could take months, so the independent man isn't going back up anytime soon. However, some of the bystanders I spoke with today told me they'll be back here again when it returns to its rightful place. Reporting in Providence, Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.
Alex, thank you. So what's next for the independent man? Well, tomorrow morning, Governor Dan McKee will formally unveil the statue on display inside the State House. Meanwhile, crews will spend the next few days removing the damaged marble that makes up the statue's base. Once that's done, they'll put a temporary steel plate over the dome. Right now on WPRI.com, you can watch video from this morning's removal and see an interview with Governor Dan McKee.